Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new tier and a new set of boss reviews. This time we are going over tier 11.2 Maniforge Omega.
This is Fractillus. Overview of this fight. Giant crystal boy, giant crystal room. There are effectively 6 lanes in this room. You can see them marked out by their markers here. And you can see there's a crystal at the back of each lane. The way this fight works, if you haven't seen it, is that the boss is going to do mechanics that will spawn a wall wherever the targeted players, like whatever lane they are standing in. So if I'm targeted with mechanic and I'm standing in green, it's going to spawn a wall at the crystal in green. Effectively, it kind of works like Sickran, if you remembered that, like spawning the images and then you will break the images with a different mechanic. That's exactly what's going to happen here. You will spawn walls and then you will break the walls with another mechanic. If you ever stack 6 walls in one section, you wipe. So this beam comes from the crystal, and for every wall in the section, the beam gets longer, and at 6 walls, the beam reaches the boss, you instantly wipe. The walls themselves, there's different types of walls. So we're going to focus on heroics here. So there's only 2 types of walls for heroic. Mythic adds a 3rd one. And they have an order. So effectively each difficulty of the raid adds a wall. So there's a normal wall that's only in normal. There's a heroic wall. So now in heroic you have the normal and heroic, and then in mythic you have the normal, heroic, and mythic. So in heroic you have the normal wall, which when you break it, all it does is spawn dodge circles around the room. And the heroic wall, when you break it, spawns dodge circles and puts basically a spread circle dot on X number of people. Maybe breaking 1 heroic wall puts it on 4 people or something like that. I don't know what the exact number is, but you can assume that. So that's the 2 walls. For any given section, when you spawn a wall, it is going to spawn a specific type of wall based off of this order. So the first wall in a section is a normal wall. The second wall is a heroic. The 3rd and 4th are normal walls, and the 5th wall is a heroic wall. And then the 6th wall doesn't matter because you'd wipe. So this is always the order of walls that spawn in each section. So if you just spawn 1 wall in like every section, they will all be normal walls. And then the second wall in each section is a heroic wall, and so on and so on. So you can kind of math out an Excel spreadsheet of how you want to spawn walls and how you want to break walls to reduce the total amount of damage the raid is taking at any given time, or maybe stack all the damage taken at one time so you can burn healing CDs. Somebody's going to math it out. It's already kind of been mathed out. The eventuality of this is that you're going to have a weak aura that tells you exactly where to go to spawn a wall and exactly where to go to break a wall, which kind of makes it a little bit lame, but that's kind of how it is. And that is like the entire gist of the fight, which leads a lot of people to believe that there's like something missing from this. Either they're going to tune it so perfectly that it's going to be a really hard DPS and healing check. The fight ends at like 5 minutes, to the point where like at 5 minutes you would spawn a 6th wall in any zone, so you would wipe. So it's a very short fight. Either they're going to tune it perfectly, or it's going to be really boring and like really easy. We'll have to see. Or they're going to change the fight, which we'll talk about in a bit. But you can see here that these are the people that have the spawn wall mechanic. So you can see arrows from the boss towards these people. I believe there's 4 of them. Yep. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 people are going to spawn 1 wall each in whatever section they are standing. You can see the section is centered on the crystal behind them, or the section is like bounded by these glowing lines from the boss. So in between these 2 glowing lines is 1 section, in between those 2 is 1, and then in between the last one and the wall is another section. So you'll see this. Boom, he spawns walls and he knocks back the players who were targeted with the debuff. Actually, sorry, he knocks back any player who is in the section where the wall is spawning. So you can see that the whole raid is in a section that the wall isn't spawning, because if you stand there, you're going to get hit by the wall, take damage, and you also get a dot if you are hit by the walls. So preferably nobody extra is getting hit by walls. So you see that. The next thing that happens is the tank gets a mechanic that is very similar, but is also a tank hit. So the tank will spawn a wall, like they're choosing to spawn it over there. Tank gets knocked back, tank hit, blah, spawns a wall. And then you do it again. 4 more people get debuffs to spawn walls. You'll see Demon Hunter, somebody there, and this person. Boom, walls. And so you can see that the first wall in each section is this sort of cool blue color. That is the normal walls. Second wall is this dark blue color. That is the heroic walls. They've spawned 3 walls in this section, so you can see normal, heroic, normal. So, oh, that was perfect. The flow of the fight is that you get spawn walls, tank mechanic, spawn walls, and then break walls. So now you will see break walls. So a bunch of people get break walls. On Mythic, it was 4 spawns, tank mechanic, 4 spawns, and then 7 people get breaks. I don't know what it is on Heroic with group scaling and everything. But you'll see these people are all targeted. You get the same arrow from the boss showing that you're going to be targeted, that you are going to do it. You have an arrow above your character and like a little light above you saying that you're targeted with the break walls mechanic. How this works is you have X number of seconds to get to the section that you want to be in to break the wall, after which you will get rooted by the boss for like 4 seconds. After the 4 seconds of the root, you will then get knocked back into any walls behind you. So these people, they got there, boom, they got rooted, they got knocked back, it breaks walls. You can see all the dodge circles from every wall they hit, and these are the spread circles on people from breaking the heroic walls. So you get a spread circle. I believe it's doing ticking damage to you the whole time. Yeah, it is. And then it explodes for more damage at the end. It is important to note that while you shouldn't stand in a section that somebody is going to spawn a wall in, because you'll get hit by the wall and take the dot after, you can stand in a section that somebody is going to break a wall in. The break wall mechanic does not hit anybody else in the section except for the person targeted. That is important because it allows you to, as the break wall mechanic people have been targeted, the entire raid can spread out now. They aren't doing it because this is testing, but you can have the entire raid pre-spread now, since you know you're going to break heroic walls, which are going to require you to spread, and the heroic spread circle on you does ticking damage to you and anybody in your circle, I believe, so it's good to pre-spread. So you can be fully pre-spread throughout the room. You can have roughly assigned positions or sections for every player arranged in the back so that melee can be in the front hitting the boss. I think melee range is somewhere around the markers-ish. So yeah, you can be pre-spread so that when these walls break, you're more spread out instead of having all the dodge circles in one place, and you're already pre-spread for the spread circles, so you're not nuking the raid. And then you'll see immediately after those break walls, you have people targeted by the next spawn walls, even while the spread circle is coming out. So pretty fast rotation. But that is the entirety of the fight. Nothing else changes. There's no phases. It's just that, which is really, really simple. A couple of other things to note is that, the beam from the crystal does damage to you if you stand in it, so don't be standing in it. This gets harder when there's more walls in a section and the beam is like out to here and you're trying to get around there and you run through it. You can run through it. It does like 1 million a second. We had like 14 million HP or something on testing. So you can run through it and take a tick. It's not going to kill you, but don't stand in it. There is... I do have one sketchy tip that we shouldn't use, but you could use, and maybe it'll get fixed. But in testing, if you got the spawn wall mechanic and then died before the mechanic went off, it would not spawn a wall. I have to imagine they will fix that, because the entire difficulty of this fight is how many walls get spawned. Now, maybe just like not spawning one wall over the course of the fight doesn't really matter, but it was something that we found out. All right, that is it for Heroic. Any questions? Yeah, this fight is super easy. The only change, well, there's two on Mythic, is that there is a new kind of wall. I get a good view of it. There's one new kind of wall. Hard to see. Okay, here we go. So, this is a perfect view. This is the same normal wall, cool blue, dark blue, heroic wall. Light blue is the mythic walls. So, new type of wall. When you break it, it also spawns dodge circles, so you still have dodge circles. But when you break these, it puts a dot on the entire raid that does 1,000,000 a second for 8 seconds. It hurts. It especially hurts when combined with doing a heroic wall, which makes you all spread out. So the entire raid gets X stacks of mythic walls being broken, plus people have the spread dot on them and have to be spread out so they can't get stacked healing. It's really dangerous. But the fight is effectively the same. You spawn walls, you break walls, you deal with those breaks in some way. The only other difference is that the tank mechanic that spawns walls now spawns 3 walls instead of 1. So you'll see the tank here, about to get hit by the tank mechanic, boom, 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 3 walls. It always spawns the 3 walls in the section that the tank is in. You can't like spread them out in any way by like switching sections really quick during it. So it's a little more dangerous. It spawns 3 walls. If you ever hit 6, you're instantly dead. It looks like we have either 4 or 5 in this section right now, so we're like 1 wall away from wiping. So it changes up the strategy a bit. Oh yeah, there's also a new wall order. So dang it. Okay, well, there's a new wall order in each section. It is this one. So you get normal, heroic, mythic, mythic, heroic. So you can think of this as if the tank drops his 3 walls in a clear section, you will get a normal, heroic, mythic. Otherwise, you will get... Oh, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be a mythic. Otherwise, if he drops it in a space with 1, you'll get a heroic, mythic, mythic. And so, yeah. That's pretty much... That's the only difference. Except for... some people at some time in the testing got an additional mechanic on this fight that is unclear if it's going to make it to live. It is not in the journal in any way, so we don't know what's going to happen. If you've looked in the boss strategy channel, I already mentioned it, but that is that when you break a heroic wall, the person who broke that wall gets a circle on them, like a red circle. If anybody else walks into that circle, the player who walked into it dies. So the person who has the red circle around them does not die, but if they touch anybody else, those people die. And supposedly it lasts for the entirety of the fight. That certainly makes this fight more interesting. And I could see that being like the way the boss launches, because that's a much more interesting fight. It requires you to be very careful about which heroic walls you break and then where those people are going to stand for the rest of the fight, because if you break a heroic wall, get the mechanic, you can still be targeted by other spawn walls or break walls throughout the rest of the fight. So you're going to have to move around the raid in a way without touching anybody else, kind of like Silken Court. That certainly sounds interesting. We didn't see that mechanic at all in testing. I think Instant Dollars saw it on like 1 or 2 of their early polls and then didn't see it again. So we don't know what's going to happen there, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, you don't really need to look at the arrow. You just need to know that you have it and where you are.
Yep. All right, we're playing in green triangle now. We're playing in green triangle.
Where's the tank one?
Tank's still going skull. Still skull.
Okay, so that means there's going to be 1 on X.
Yep.
That someone will need always do.
You do 1 on X, so for the raid drops, you do 1 left and 3 right. And just make sure you go all the way over to star to give space. And then same thing again. 1 goes left, 3 goes right. If you're a fast person, just always try to prioritize going right.
I'm going. You okay? I'm on purple.
Good. And then breaks 3 right, 1 on X, 3 on skull. So we need 4 people to go left, 3 people to go right total. Figured out. Everybody went left. Every single person went left. Soup's gonna die later.
It actually didn't end up that bad.
Okay, even spreads. I'll go star. Or if you can stay.
Someone's in the middle.
Oh yeah, don't be
Guess
on.
that's okay, actually.
Well, yeah, because we messed up the breaks earlier. It'll be fine. Okay.
I'm actually gonna go to skull
We need to
here.
go to skull. Yeah, 1 or 2 on skull. Okay. We need quite a few breaks on X. This is gonna be a lot of mythics.
You.
6 mythics. Okay, even spreads. Try and get 1 on X, just don't put it on green triangle. Try and go 2 on X, 2 on purple,
We
maybe?
need a lot on skull.
Don't go on skull, don't go on skull. You will kill us on skull.
Oh, this is sorry. This is spawn wall. I just can't read.
Woo! I don't know, break stuff. Skull has a lot, X has a lot, orange has a lot. Let's figure it out.
Oh, we have 3 on. Okay, we're gonna put a lot on.
We only have 3
Right.
mythic dots, it's not terrible.
Oh, okay.
But we have a lot of spreads.
Yeah, we have a lot of room where I just pings. I'm gonna put 1 here. We can even double up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
double,
Yeah, yellow is also.
Oh my
The
god,
tank's gonna have the
Three.
tank.
quadruple.
The
Use
tank,
it first,
the
I'll
tank
use it
has to
first.
place. The tank has to place where we're standing.
Yeah,
right now,
move off a
really
triangle, move off a triangle. Tank's going there.
Yellow only has 1. We can play yellow as well.
Put 3 on yellow, 1 on
yellow's 2.
purple. 3 on yellow, 1 on purple.
Whoever has a 3, use big personal. You're gonna take it up the
Yeah,
ass.
you have all 4 there. Bad, 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 bad. Move.
Oh!
And we're dead. I mean, yeah, I don't really know if there's much more to test. This is just going to be a weak or a sign, and you'll kill the boss. Like,
I think we can still
Yeah.
get some motions in it. I think this feels pretty good. And then maybe we can just take a break early.
yeah, that's fair.
But I think you're right. It's like it's hard to YOLO it like we're doing.
Yep.
But it's good to get the motions, like good to identify when you get it and where to go.
Some DM hunters and some priests and call it a day.
Easy.
I'm telling you, the silk trinket is OP.
Yeah, I'm using that. It's pretty
You
nice.
just use that for
Please.
every break, and you're
Every break.
So, well, not
A
okay,
minute 30.
not every
Use
break.
it for some of them.
Just
Like,
healers heal, man.
More people in the raid used it.
I wish I could change the sound of getting a break, because it's the same as getting a wall.
Yeah, but we know the cadence, right?
Yes, the cadence
Wall
is always
break,
the
wall
same.
break, wall tank, wall break.
We're playing on green triangle. Three right, 1 on X. 2 people went left.
Okay, well,
Tank mechanic. They went on X. Alright, put 1s on skull then. And like 1 on skull and even right.
Going skull.
It's fine, just YOLO it. And then we break. We have a lot to break on X. And then try and even out the other ones. Just put like 3 on X or so. Grounding, go back to X. You're on the line. Never mind.
Already.
Yep. Even spread.
Come on, purple. Okay, you can take purple. I got orange.
Tank mechanic on skull. Tank mechanic on next again. Okay. Even spread to our right. I'll go far. And then break heavily on X. And try and even out the other ones. We have 4 mythic dots. Even spreads. Okay, even spreads. At least 3 breaks on skull, even out the other ones. If you stand in front of a break person and you don't have a break, what does it do to you?
Nothing.
Always one more.
Testing it right now. Yeah, it does nothing. So you can pre-spread for these spread dots pretty easily. Okay. Thanks on X or skull, doesn't matter. Do not put on star. So orange, purple, X, or you can put it on the raid at green. Just don't put it on star.
I'm hitting the raid. Fuck you guys.
Don't put it on skull either. Don't put it on skull. Okay. Yeah, fuck the raid. Nobody likes them. Bunch of breaks on skull, and then whatever.
Use your Lumathor trinkets.
Remember, you can spread now, everyone else.
Yeah, the knockbacks don't actually have like a wave like the walls do, so you can
Yeah.
actually spread it in the same columns people are getting
Yep.
knocked into.
Yeah, I stood directly in front of somebody's knock arrow and it did nothing. Okay.
You get stunned between
Tank has to go on the raid. Tank has to go on the raid. Move the raid to the right.
I mean, just kill him. Toixic's only taking 11 million shadow damage every 2 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I can't see from my angle how many walls we have in each section anyway. I'm pretty sure we're about to die though on orange.
Yeah,
That's too many.
Who's to say?
Or is that
Who's
a-
to say?
Hey, we lived.
So you can actually tell on the walls which one is going to wipe you if you can do it, because it has a more glowing beam at the end. It's like brighter.
Yeah, it gets bigger every wall it goes through. Bigger and brighter. Like, you can't put any more on skull right now or we die.
I don't know where the tank's gonna go. He's
Nowhere.
like- There's nowhere for him to go.
This is like borderline enrage. I think you could have put it on orange, but yeah.